to Let's Go. We're back at the Playground Games studio to bring you all the latest news from Forza Horizon 5. And today's a special occasion since, as you can see from our decorations around the studio, we are ready to welcome you to our Día de Muertos celebrations. So let's start by taking a look at what's coming up on today's show. As it is tradition with our streams, we'll start by taking a look at all the events and rewards you can earn in this month's festival playlist. Next, we'll be talking about all the new cars coming to the game this series, including the #1 most requested car. Take your guesses as to what that might be. And in addition to that, we also have a brand new car pack. Following that, we have an Event Lab double feature. Combined with our usual Event Lab of the Month spotlight, we'll showcase a selection of some community prefabs that players have built since the release of the Horizon Creatives update last month. Then we'll cover the beautiful new Día de Muertos decorations that transform the look of Mulegé during the day and night. We'll highlight a selection of new features coming in Series 26, including a new drift camera, achievements, and more. And lastly, we'll give you a small glimpse at what's to come next month. Now, we have some lovely people accompanying us on the couch today that we need to say hello to. So first of all, it's our trusty vehicle director and designated driver of the day. It's Chris Phillips. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are we doing on this fine evening?
Good. Excited to be showing players the most requested car.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious to see what the guesses are right now. I'm sure nobody has guessed at all. She's been hard at work decorating the streets of Mulegé to introduce the Día de Muertos holiday to Forza. It's environment artist Mihaela Xiora. Hello, welcome.
Hello, glad to be here.
I know, this is my first time with you on the couch here, which is very exciting.
Finally.
It's always a lovely time. Are you playing anything at the moment? Any games?
Well, I am playing Fallout 4 now.
Oh,
so, yeah, I know.
That's the last thing I might have expected to hear. What's got you back in Fallout 4, out of curiosity?
Well, I didn't play it before,
Okay.
and I've heard a lot of good things about it, and it was time to try it. I got a bit of free time, so why not?
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, a bit of a difference, isn't it?
Yes. Driving at work and then at home just shooting.
Yeah. Just dealing with ghouls and everything. And finally, tying everything together and bringing us a version of the Horizon Festival celebrating Mexican culture is design assistant Joe Glasgow-Dine. Hello, welcome back.
Hi, Leah. Yeah, really pleased to be here. We've got an awesome playlist to go through.
And it's a pretty set as well. We've got all these lovely
yeah, I actually put this up.
Yeah,
I wanted to make sure that everyone felt in the mood.
Yeah, you've even done a bit of work on the table here as well. You got this lovely.
Yeah, that was an accident. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll tidy that up later.
Thank you, appreciate it. Put your skips back in the back.
Yeah.
Let's turn some candles on and get our frienders ready to kickstart our celebrations with some good old festival playlist. Joe is going to be walking us through everything we're going to find this month.
Yeah, I certainly am. Yeah, so we've got the series page here, Día de Muertos, and we've got the Ferrari 250 GT for 80 points and the F8 Tributo Ferrari for 160 points. We've got some very nice artwork there. Gives a little hint of what's coming in the series. So yeah, have a look at that. And we'll jump straight into summer. And there it is. Yes, the Nissan Tsuru for 20 points. The most requested car, if you can believe it.
You better believe it.
Yeah, I mean, the community told us, and we delivered. So here it is, Nissan Tsuru, and then the Nissan Z for 40 points for you to get as well. We'll jump through. We've got the Porsche 911 Carrera for the weekly challenge. We've got some daily challenges for you to play through. For the Forzathon shop, we've got some slightly rarer cars for players to get hold of, either hard to find or exclusive cars this month. They're a little bit more expensive, but yeah, if you haven't got those, you can grab them in there. We've got the Horizon Arcade, the Trial, 2 event labs this month. So the first one by JW72, which is 3 AM Rush. So this is like a simple track at night time. The fog weather can make it a little tricky, so be careful with that. And Josie is back with Sinati Part 2. We had Part 1 last month in Event Lab, so we got Part 2 this time. So this is kind of like lots of neon parts to it. A really nice track from Josie. We've got the PR stunts. This is Nissan in B class. We've got some seasonal championships, the treasure hunt, We've got the photo challenge, Marry Archie. A bit of a push there with a pun. We've got Horizon Open. The monthly rivals, a slow one this month. It's the Nissan Sura around Chihuahua circuit. And then we've got maybe another new car for the Forza EV. That'll give it a sneak for that. And then finally, to finish off, we've got the rally events and PR stunts and the Hot Wheels events and PR stunts. Cool. So I'll jump out and go to the next month.
So we're going to be looking a little bit closer at the Suru later on, aren't we?
We are, yeah. We'll do a bit of a deep dive on it.
Yeah, unlock its secrets. Look forward to racing around the tracks at speeds.
Speed.
I think we'll go at speed.
Speed.
There's certainly speeds involved.
There was lots of speculation over exactly which the most requested car was, but this is what the community voted for, so we're really pleased to bring it to them. Yeah. Jumping into autumn, the storm season, we've got the Mayor's Manx 2.0 for 20 points. You saw that in the monthly rivals, the Forza EV on the screen before, and we've got the Subaru WRX 2015 for 40 points. We've got the People's Car, the Beetle for the weekly challenge. We've got some daily challenges. Again, the Forzathon shop with another harder to find car. We've got the trial and then 2 more event labs. So this first one is by DMF DX Gamer. This is self-sabotage vehicular therapy. You might need
saying that.
Yeah.
Struggled slightly. So this is a fun rough and tumble event in off-road cars at night time. It's well decorated with loads of props, so a fun one to play through. And then one by Pinhead Larry 06 Delmar City. So this is like a casual street cruise near the coast with lots of nice lighting and some tight turns, so be careful with that. We've got PR stunts in Renaults in B-Class.
Loving the Renault choices.
Yeah, well, Chris, we just know you love Renault, so we're just like, every season we have to bring them back now. We've got some seasonal championships, and then if you're still in your Renault, you can jump straight over to the photo challenge to take a photo. Nice little decoration in the background, maybe we'll see some more of that as well. The Tank storyline continues with his mariachi, we can say uncle this time, his mariachi uncle. He's come to our Forza world, and you can go smash him for the collectible.
Do we have like a family tree for Tank?
We do, yeah. It's quite comprehensive. Torben created it. There's backstories.
Drama.
There's fan fiction as well. You should see the fan fiction. And then we've got some rally events and PR stunts and some Hot Wheels events and PR stunts. So cool. Let me jump out of here and we'll go to the next month.
Kids say it's Renault October with the amount of Renaults and that.
Yeah.
As an attempt at fun.
Yeah,
you can get me writing the.
You could work on game design if you're coming up with puns like that.
It's all it takes. Yeah, apply now. We've obviously last month we introduced all the prefabs and everything, which is quite exciting. So I wonder how many we'll see in some of the Halloweeny event labs maybe this month. Yeah,
players have just dived straight in with that and created some amazing stuff. But anyway, we'll jump back into this. Winter, the dry season, we've got the Bronco Raptor for 20 points and the Plymouth Fury for 40 points. I know that's quite a rare car that some people haven't got, so grab that if you haven't.
They're going to be furious if they don't get it this series.
Yeah, I know, yeah. We've got the Vul 05RR for the weekly, the Radical in the Forzathon shop, another trial, and 2 more event labs. So Speed in Husky, this is Neon City Circuit Race. So this is, as it says, a neon-themed race with multiple pathways. Pick the right one and play that. And then we've got another event by Dexter 4130D. This is Ekbalam Rallycross GP2. This is like a rally circuit that goes up and around Ekbalam, lots of chicanes, and again, tight corners. We've got playground games this week. The PR stunts are in A-Class Toyotas. We've got some seasonal championships, treasure hunt, a photo challenge, Horizon Open, the monthly rivals, and finally finish off with the rally events and PR stunts and the Hot Wheels events and PR stunts. Cool. Yeah, I'll jump back into the final week.
I do love that we go full self-referential with the playground games. The playground games.
Yep.
Lovely. And we've also got the Bronco Raptor, which is probably the most American-sounding car I think I could ever imagine.
Yeah.
The Bronco Raptor!
We're going to do a deeper dive on that one later as well.
Yes, we will be. So look forward to that.
It's also quite fitting because it's 2 years since FH5 came out, and that was on the cover of it. Or the original one was.
Definitely not a coincidence, all planned.
Right, Chris?
Yeah, that was planned.
Wow. So spring, the hot season. To finish off, we've got the Porsche 356 SL for 20 points and the Vauxhall Carlton for 40 points. We've got the original Mayor's Manx for the weekly challenge. We've got the Saline S7 in the Forzathon shop.
And some lovely socks.
Yep. It's all about the socks. And the trial, we've got 2 event labs, HSK meets Hell's Mullahay City Circuit, sorry. So this is in Mullahay. It's got loads of Dia de Muertos decorations that can be seen, like a really nice city run through the town. And then a second one by Subi 156, Vulcan Raceway. This is a huge custom raceway built on Grand Caldera. Brilliant if you like to go fast. We've got the Speed Traps PR stunts in the Volkswagen B class. We've got some seasonal championship and Horizon Tour again for 8 points this month as well. We've got the treasure hunt, the photo challenge. The eliminator is in for this week. The monthly rivals and Forza EV, and then finishing off with the rally events and PR stunts and the Hot Wheels events and PR stunts. And that's us done for the playlist.
Yeah.
There's one extra thing that I wanted to show as well. For this month, we've brought in some new badges actually for players. So if I go through over here, very Dia de Muertos themed. There's 2 skull emotes. This one is for earning the Nissan Suru, and the other is for earning the Ferrari 250 GT, which are both playlist rewards. So if you play through the playlist, you should hopefully get those as well and add those to your collection.
Thank you very much, Joe. Lots of cool rewards to look forward to in the festival playlist. And speaking of rewards, as promised, it is now time for the deep dive of the Nissan Suru. And Chris is going to tell us all about what makes this car so popular. So many votes.
Yeah, really, so many votes. So yeah, here it is, the Nissan Suru. It's a real icon in Mexico, this thing, and it was, I will say, it was missing from the game at launch. And players noticed. It's not only the most voted on car on the Suggestions Hub, but there was an online petition for it that got 36,000 signatures. And I think it definitely makes it the most requested car in Forza's history. So we have been trying really hard to get it, and we understand why everyone wanted it. As I say, it's a real icon in Mexico. It took over from the Beetle, which we have multiple variants of, or the Vocho. We have a story about it, and we have it as a taxi kind of running around the world as well. The Suru kind of took over as that kind of people's car, kind of the default choice for people. It's used as taxis nowadays. There was a reason why we didn't have it at launch. Cars like this are, you would think, incredibly easy to source because they're so common. But we have quite high standards for our sourcing. We look for a pristine car, and it's the kind of car that people don't keep pristine. And I don't mean that in a kind of negative way. I mean, these are cars people use. They're everyday cars. Yeah. They're very practical cars. So it took us a while to track one down. They're only available in Mexico, which complicates that even further. But yeah, we wanted one. We heard the community, so we've been trying very hard to get this in all of its glory. So yeah, here it is, the Suru, and it's an absolute weapon.
I mean, yeah, I do think if that mushed into any of the modern cars these days, that would create a mess. It looks like a tank. Yeah. Sturdy.
And you mentioned about them being taxis in Mexico. Can you turn this one into a taxi?
You can. It's why I'm driving around the festival, so that I can convenient. That was perfect timing. So I was driving past the festival site. Yes, you can. So if we go into the garage, there is a hood option. You can make it a taxi. Nice. And because everyone who plays our game likes engine swaps, I'm just going to do a quick scroll through here because I think it's got some of the most engine swaps of any car.
Nice.
Just
I think it's 30.
Options,
pick the one you want.
So yeah, you can have a V12 Suru if you so wish. I hope the V12 was on there. I actually can't remember. There's too many engines for me to remember what's on there.
Just engine swap was yes.
Yes. Yeah, when we went into the tool, it was just yes. So yeah, there it is in all of its glory. The Suru as a taxi.
I'm sure we'll have some liveries for that any second
within seconds.
Yeah. Trust in you. Trust in your community, go. Well, there you go. That is the Nissan Suru, and we have some more cars we're going to look at as well. One thing to note is that the 2010 Nissan Suru is not only an unlockable reward for the festival playlist, it is now also a new starter option for the Eliminator game mode, so you can have a go in one of those. And good luck to you, is maybe all I should say that. But next up, we're going to be looking at the Bronco Raptor, which is, as we mentioned, the most American car I think I could ever make. I don't know, calling it a car feels like a disservice. It's not a car, is it? It's a reward truck, it's a reward tank. But it's a beast, it is.
Yeah, the Bronco Raptor. So as I mentioned earlier, it's been 2 years since we released, and we had the original Bronco on the cover. We had the 3-door then. The Raptor, so to cover off what Raptor means, it's a model line Ford do for the F-150. So it's the kind of more hardcore F-150, so it's designed for going very quick off-road. And they've done a Raptor version of the Bronco, and here it is. So it's a 3-litre V6, making 418 horsepower, 10-speed automatic transmission, and a lot like the F-150 Raptor, the suspension is massively overhauled on this, designed to make it as good as it can be off-road. Along with that, you can notice the giant fenders, which are hiding much bigger tyres. And yeah, it's significantly improved off-road, much quicker, awesome thing. And it also has some really cool upgrades. While I don't crash, I will, this time I'm not conveniently next to the festival, so we'll just fast travel into that, show what upgrades it's got.
Yeah. I really like the front end design of this. I've got to say,
I love the lights with the little.
Yeah, they're really unique looking. But sometimes you get unique and it's a bit like ooh, but no, that one really works.
Yeah, really like this.
Yeah.
So some really cool options for this. So we've got, let's do a wee build, some nice off-road bumpers on it. You can remove the wheel. I'm going to keep it on. But then I really like this one. So you can do these awesome doors and take the side skirts off. These are designed for off-road, so when you're off-roading, rock crawling, you kind of want to see where the tyres are going. So people add these kind of doors so you can literally look out and see where your wheels are going.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know whether you'd have to pay to get this upgrade, whether you have to pay to get your doors removed.
To have less.
Can I keep those? No, we take them.
From memory, these were on a concept Ford did, but yeah, you do have to pay. Yeah. And I think the Jeep Wrangler we've got, one of the Jeep Wranglers, I can't remember the name of it right now, it also has these options in game. And then it also has some lights, because when you're going off-road you want lights, all the lights, so you can have all the lights. And then there's one last thing it can do if we jump back into free roam. So any players that have used the base Bronco, which is every player because it's in the IE, will know you can also take its roof off.
Oh.
So there you go. And with the awesome doors as well. So yeah, really nice to bring the Raptor to Horizon 5.
There you go. Ford Bronco Raptor. Enjoy. And to continue our streak of blistering quick cars coming to the Forza Horizon Festival, this update will welcome a selection of super-powered cars ready to hit the track as part of our brand new Super Speed car pack. So let's take a look at that, because available on October 10th, these 4 stunning new to Forza cars will be available to purchase separate from the Forza Horizon 5 Car Pass, Standard Deluxe and Premium Editions, and can be found on the Microsoft Store and Steam. And now, should we take one of these speedsters out for a spin? Why not? Let's do it. What have we got?
We have the...
I feel like I put you on the spot with
the really long name Porsche.
The really long name, yeah.
The Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 RS.
There we go.
I love this thing. So Porsche has really been making some amazing cars recently, and they're really celebrating kind of the what is probably the end of this engine, which is in this, which is the engine in this, just to cover it, is from a 911 GT3. It's, in my opinion, one of the greatest engines ever made. It's a 4-litre flat 6 that makes 500 horsepower, which actually in this car it's a little bit less, I should say, but about 500 horsepower, which is one of the highest power outputs per engine capacity for a normally aspirated engine in the world. It revs to 9,000 RPM. Everyone knows that anything over 9,000 is better. it sounds incredible, and they've brought it to the the GT4 came in with the RS version. As well as that, it's heavily revised aero package over the normal GT4. And one of my favourite things is, from an audio point of view, they kind of realise modern day exhaust regulations, it's hard to make cars sound as brutal as they used to, but the intake you can still do stuff with. So to make this car sound amazing, if you look, I'm going to try and drive and do this. Behind the driver's door there's a vent in where the rear window would be behind the door. That's the air intake for the engine.
Oh, wow.
It is deafeningly loud at full throttle, but it sounds incredible. Proper race car sounding engine in this, and it drives fantastically as well.
It looks really smooth, actually. It does look actually really fun to drive.
I love these things, and conveniently I've just realised I'm wearing a Nürburgring t-shirt. If you go to the Nürburgring, all you see is GT4, GT4 RSs, GT3s and GT3 RSs. They are the car of choice for the Nürburgring. And I can see why. They're just phenomenal and designed to just do lap after lap after lap on track as well. Yeah.
Nice. Well, there you go. That's
and there's me crashing. I have to crash once on every stream.
Yeah. It's because we're about to sum it up in leaves. You were like,
I've got to get the crash in now.
There you go. That is one of the speed cars you can get there. Thank you, Chris, very much for that. It's such a fun variety of cars to look forward to this month. But now it is time for something else, and you know what time it is. That's right, it's the Event Lab creation of the month. And this month we are highlighting an event called the Kiyosumi Circuit, created by Space Packers. So let's jump in and take a look. We're going to take a little race around, I think, to see what's in store for us.
I believe Gareth has set this up to be all Nissan Surus.
How kind.
Yeah, so this is actually on Event Lab Island as well. So that came last month in the Event Lab series update, and players have just gone crazy with their creations, making some amazing events. So yeah, it's only just going to get better. We've got prefabs and everything like that, so players can combine those. But yeah, we can see Chris driving around at blistering speeds.
Oof, I don't know how. I'm going to crash.
Slow down, Chris.
Can't deal with it.
Come on.
And that looks like a prefab right there. They've got those grandstands.
Yeah, I don't know if Chris gets out of this tunnel, whether at some point we can jump. We'll have a look at some of the prefabs if they've been put on here.
And we'll go into free cam.
I can't believe we're going to lose this race. That's
really.
What a shame. Wow, look at that though. There's so many insanely cool buildings there.
Yeah, so
that's very cool.
Buildings, and then tunnel. Following the Surus.
And a lot of this will have been handmade as well.
Like from the ground up as well. And as well, players use really clever combinations of props that are already in there. So I think here we've got some of the grandstands, and then it looks like they've kind of combined that with some different props to make almost like a proper big racing stand that you'd see at a racetrack. These racetrack events that people make are just getting better and better and better. They're so good. Pit lanes, they really know how to kind of fill these out and make them feel really authentic. They're always really nice to put in the playlist as well, just because they you can the new cars that come in the playlist as well. You can take those out and really try them around the track, which is nice as well.
Yeah, very, very cool. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Space Packers, for putting together something using a lot of the new tools that were brought out last month, and we look forward to seeing what comes out next. And if you want to play that one for yourself, then you can check it out right now in the PG Editor's Choice tab in-game, or look it up using the share code that's shown on screen somewhere. 118048070 will be the share code for that. But wait, because we're not done with Event Lab, because following the introduction of prefabs in last month's Horizon Creatives update, we have a selection of prefabs from the community that we actually want to highlight. So let's check them out and discuss what we think. I feel like this is judgmental. It's not. We're just we're in awe. This is really cool. Joe.
So another a stand, like a grandstand that someone's made here. The amazing thing about the prefabs is that players can just kind of put together these props and just make it so much easier for other players to grab them and make racetracks, make all different kind of combinations with them. So yeah, this is a Euro Grandstand.
It's epic. It's
yes,
huge.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, so players can put that together. We've got, this is a Festival Tower. So yeah, some screens in there. Just great things to put around your tracks as well, just to fill them out, make them feel a bit more authentic.
Yeah.
Here, someone has taken prefabs to the extreme and almost created an entire track with one. I mean, why not? So this is, yeah, just a full circuit, they've called it. They know what they're making. This is like a little rallycross track. This is awesome. And then, yeah, this is Mushroom Dome. I think it says pretty much what it is, but awesome kind of architectural piece that they've put together. Very intricate, and another nice piece to have. And a swimming pool. I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so this is called swimming pool. I love the addition of the little cat in the donut ring. I'm having a great time. He's loving it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, awesome prefabs.
Yeah, you can pick them up and put them in the background of your map, or in this case, just take the full circuit.
Yeah.
Just, they build around it. I don't know. The fun thing with that is, though, you can put a full circuit down and then just put whatever environment you want around it.
You
and
can
it
do the
completely
decorations.
change
Yeah.
the vibe.
Someone else has made the track for you. You just need to place your props, dinosaurs, as many dinosaurs as you want.
Always dinosaurs.
Yeah, always.
Always.
That's the Forza Horizon 5 unofficial tagline. As many dinosaurs as you want. Well, amazing. It's so nice to see how the community continues to support the game. And I think we can all agree that players are loving the new Event Lab features from Series 25. So thank you all for enjoying them. Before we move on, though, we'd like to briefly mention some Event Lab-related issues and improvements the team has tackled this month, such as props moving randomly when in placement mode. Shouldn't do that anymore. Fingers crossed. Improvements made to snap modes, as sometimes they might disappear when moving pieces. We've fixed black textures being displayed in Event Lab Island when playing on the cloud. Fixed an issue where the prefab menu would close after downloading a prefab, and also added the ability to filter via track when searching for Event Lab events.
Yeah, just jump in. So this is, as this has just been added now, it will only affect blueprints created from this series onwards.
There you go. So you can search from this series onwards. And finally, we added a new features section for prefabs to highlight the very best creations for all to see, including all the ones you saw earlier if you want to go download them as well. And now it's finally time to get to what brought us here today. It's the Día de Muertos, aka Day of the Dead in English. It's a traditional Mexican holiday where people gather to remember and pay respect to family and friends who've passed away. And to celebrate this, we've dressed up the town of Mulegé with some traditional Día de Muertos decorations to bring a small part of Mexican culture into the Horizon Festival during this time. So, Mihaela, you have done a lot of hard work here, so I'd love for you to talk us through exactly what you and your team have been up to.
Yeah, so first of all, I know I might sound like I say that all the time that I come here, but this is one of my favorite updates yet. Yeah, it's so colorful, and it's an important holiday, and it meant a lot to us to bring it to Horizon. So just to jump in, Día de Muertos, some of the important elements of that holiday are the marigold flowers, like we've got on the table.
Yeah.
Joe made that, right?
Pretty.
We've got some papel picado as well on the side of the table, and all around behind us as well. We also got the calaveritas and alebrijes and some candles too. So we wanted to kind of focus on those elements to kind of dress up Mulegé and make it look like Día de Muertos. Just wanted to mention that marigolds, they are thought to attract the souls of the dead to the ofrendas, and families often scatter around to make kind of like a path from the front door to the ofrendas. So we wanted to kind of take that thought and decorate Mulegé with a lot of marigolds around. One thing that that you might notice now, and this is one of my favorite bits of the game, of the update, is that when you drive around the marigold pile, you can see them kind of like being exactly, yeah, and it just makes it so realistic and interactive.
I always love that. So in design, we'll kind of say what we would like for the series. So for this, we wanted decorations in Mullahay. And it will literally just be that. It will just be like, we'd love some decorations in Mullahay. And then we'll give it to Environment, and they'll come back with this amazing stuff.
Just
It can be just incredible. So yeah, it's like props to them for coming up with this. It's amazing.
Thank you, Joe. It was a team effort.
If you pay me to say that.
It was a team effort from multiple teams, and yeah, I think it just looks just great and amazing. I hope the players will really enjoy driving through them like Chris does.
I'm sure we'll see a lot of really nice photos in photo mode of the marigolds being
yes.
kicked up too, which is nice.
But now that I mentioned the marigolds, we've got other smashable objects around, like we've got the marigold banners on the pylon, and if you really try to just go almost the correct speed, you can knock the banner down without like doing anything to the pylon. Yeah, here we go. But again, if you want to, you can just smash full speed into all of it, just destroy everything on the way.
I feel like the Bronco is the perfect car for this, isn't it?
Oh yes. I like that it doesn't have the, you've got a bit of airflow right through the car.
All
It's
the debris
perfect.
can fall in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those marigold stalls just destroy them. But yeah, we've got a lot of smashable assets like the marigold stall, the banners, and now that Chris came to the market square, we can talk a bit more about what's going on over here. One thing I wanted to mention are the calaveritas. They represent the departed soul, and some include the name of someone written on the forehead, and they are placed on the ofrendas to honor the return of a particular spirit. And we wanted to kind of make something similar, but also kind of fun to play, for the players. So we've made those huge inflatable skulls, and we just place them around. They're interactive, so the players can just drive through them, and of course they just bounce around. Yeah, so there's a lot of things to do in this area, and yeah, Chris is enjoying just smashing those inflatables.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong
really
with a inflatable.
Another thing I would like to mention are the alebrijes. So those are Mexican folk art sculpture of fantastical creatures, and yeah, we've got a couple of variations. So we've got that here. It's just a combination of a lot of creatures together. We've got a couple of big ones and some small ones as well. If Chris can find some.
The environment really. my free cam skills are not the best today.
Yeah, is that some
so
kind
cool.
of bull?
Yeah.
A bougie bull,
Yeah, and the big alebrije, which is also kind of like a alligator, I guess, combined with I don't know, snake maybe.
Yeah,
It's
like
just
reptile,
a lot. Yeah, a lot of creatures put together. Yeah, and as you can see, there's a lot of papel picado around, and they have the Dia de Muertos design on them, which just fits with the whole scenery. Also, in Dia de Muertos, there's a lot of candles around, so we wanted to make something similar, but instead of candles, we decided to go with barrels. And
safety first.
Yeah.
exactly,
I'm
yeah.
also amazed that I
candle.
haven't knocked this one over while doing the skulls.
You did manage to put it out though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can find another one soon, or maybe in the nighttime later on we can show the players how it looks like with the... Oh,
There you
I
go.
think you just went past one to the left.
Oh, there's another one.
More to the left. Here we go, that green one.
I've
Or
destroyed
this
everything.
one. Yeah, here we go.
How has this not been destroyed?
You really
You
ruined the
missed-
nighttime ambiance of this.
Yeah, so as you can see, we've got the flame over there, but it just looks realistic, but it's not actually. Yeah, so we just decorated the whole market square and Mullahay with all of the Dia de Muertos decorations, just to fit with the theme. And just looks amazing, and I'm very excited to see what the players will think about it. But I would really like them to see what it looks like in the nighttime. And here we are in Mullahay nighttime. So it changes into a magical place, as you can see.
It is so pretty.
Yes, it just is amazing. And if you just have a look at the drone show behind, you will see that the designs just keep changing. We've got a couple of them, but just wanted to mention we've got the glow-in-the-dark alehibris, and it just looks stunning with all of those colors, and and the drone show behind too. And again, like putting together all of those elements together, the glow-in-the-dark paint, the inflatables which are illuminated, and the balloons, the skulls, everything, it just makes it a great place to just of course drive around and smash everything, but also take nice pictures, right?
Absolutely. Can't wait to see some of the photo mode pictures next month, and I'm sure people are going to have some gorgeous pictures. But all the colours, it's like riot.
Yeah.
So pretty.
It really feels like a party kind of vibe in that in the marketplace. It looks amazing.
Absolutely, it does. Well, I'm happy to see we're bringing more Mexican culture into the game. So big thank you to you and the Evolving World team for their work. Thank you. And our avid Event Lab players would also be happy to know that some of the decorations we just saw are going to be available to use in Event Lab once the update drops. So you can check them out for yourself. It's going to drop some of the Sugar Skull inflatables. And what's more, the team have made these two beautiful Dia de Muertos outfits, which will be gifted to all players on Dia de Muertos itself, November 2nd. There you go, check them out. They're so pretty.
Yeah, perfect for taking photos at the market as well. You can pop that on and then take photos.
Themed, scenic. And one of the things we have yet to talk about is some new features coming in. So first up, and to continue our streak of fulfilling community requests, our drifting enthusiasts may have something quite cool coming their way, right, Chris?
Yep. So we've had a lot of requests to. So we have a option where you can, in the camera settings, you can turn on drift camera for cockpit, and our community has been wanting this for chase cameras. So one of our engineers, Steve, took a stab at this, and kind of off his own back saw the requests, and yeah, came up with this. So if you enable that same setting, it's now not called cockpit drift camera, it's just called drift camera. It's going to enable it for cockpit and for drift and for the chase cameras. What this does is it changes the look point of the camera. So instead of it looking where the car is going, or sorry, where the kind of car is turning towards, it looks where the car is going. So that makes drifting much easier. I know a lot of people, myself included, when they're drifting, they'll actually use the right stick to look at where the car's going, trying to like counteract what the camera is trying to do. It's doing that for you. The same settings exist from the cockpit camera, so you can change some of the behavior of it. I love this. The minute Steve showed me it, I was so excited. Yeah. It makes drifting so much better.
It really changes, like it can. I think a lot of players that have been used to the drifting in Horizon, it might take a little while to get used to it, but it completely changes the feel of drifting. I also need to add, because Hugo, some players, I'm sure chat is going crazy that for some reason we've chosen a front-wheel drive car to do drifting. I can assure you, Hugo has converted this to rear-wheel drive and it's an S1. So yeah, he didn't decide to do drifting down the mountain in a front-wheel drive Acura. But yeah, it completely changes the feel for how drifting, kind of how you can approach it and how it feels as you're kind of doing the drift events. So it's really nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice change.
It looks very, very cool. It looks much cooler just to watch the drifting, I have to say. And not only that, but achievement hunters will also get some love in this update, since we're adding more than a dozen new achievements. So Joe's got a bit more information about those, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yeah. So we've added some more achievements for players to get. One of the things I'm most pleased about is it gives our gamer score for the game a nice rounded 2,500. Yeah, so players can get that. So in total, it's 3 for the test track and photo mode each. Hopefully this can encourage players just to jump back into these features if they haven't tried them already. And then we've got some for the story achievements, for the Donut Media High Low and Icons of Speed for completing all 3 chapters and getting 3 stars.
There you go, get yourself your even gamer score. No more odd random gamer score from Forza.
Yeah.
Horizon 5 at least. Can't promise on everything else.
Yeah.
And with the release of Forza Motorsport just a few days from now, celebrate with us using the Forza Motorsport racing suit in Forza Horizon 5 that will be gifted to you through the Gifts tab in your message board. And for our biggest fans, if you download and play Forza Motorsport, you will receive the 2024 Chevrolet Corvette E-Ray as a free gift on October 10th as well. And if you have early access to Motorsport, the E-Ray is available to you right now. Thank you so much for your support, and we will see you in the starting line in Forza Motorsport, I hope. Now, before we wrap up, we know how exciting things are getting in the Forza world with the arrival of the new Forza Motorsport. But what does that mean for Horizon 5 support, Chris?
We've had an amazing year of updates so far, and we're really thrilled at how the community reception has been. So I want to take this opportunity to say we have plenty more coming. We have plenty more updates coming in the new year, so you've got plenty to look forward to in Forza Horizon 5.
There you go. We'll continue to add to the game with more series updates next year, so do stay tuned to what Horizon might bring in the future. And speaking of future, should we take a little look at what will be coming next month?
Yes, definitely, yeah. So one of those updates is the American Automotive update. Yeah, so this is jumping your muscle cars because we've got the oval track returning. We've got some brand new race tracks, race routes coming into the game. We've got a new collectible and lots of new cars as well.
Lots of new cars, lots to look forward to. November 9th.
Yeah, November 9th.
November 9th, 2023, don't forget. And that's all from us here at Playground Games today. We are super excited to see you speeding through the streets of Mulegé with the highly requested Nissan Suru while enjoying the Dia de Muertos scenery. Remember to keep an eye out for any Forza Motorsport related news since we are fast approaching its full release soon. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Adios!
Adios!